I get asked a lot, Stefan, what is your morning routine? And Stefan, what was your morning routine back in the day when you first started your agency, right? And I sat here and I thought about it. I was like, what the fuck was my routine? Like, what genuinely did I do? Like, how did I structure my days? When did I have a nap? When did I take cold showers? When did I do this? And when did I create my logo and all this fucking bullshit, right? And I sat there, I was like, man, I just worked. Like, there's no special sauce to it. There was no, oh, I did this elaborate plan and I sat here and I scheduled out every single thing. Like, no, I just worked. I just fucking sat down on my computer and I did what had to be done. And then granted, there was days where I wasn't as efficient, I wasn't as effective, I was dicking around, right, with my dick in my head doing some stupid shit. But more or less, my routine was work. It was get up and work. Get up and work. Get up, go to school, come back, work. Get up, go to the bank, work my 9 to 5, come back, work. Like, it didn't matter what it was just work. And the thing is, here's what happened is you work, no results. You work, no results. You work, no results. You work, boom! All of a sudden you get paid. And then people are like, whoa, what the fuck? This guy's an overnight success. He made money out of nowhere. He just snapped his fingers and all of a sudden money came, right? Because all of a sudden one day the payment hits your account. All of a sudden one day you hit 10K. All of a sudden one day you drop out. All of a sudden one day you quit your 9 to 5, whatever the case may be. But what people don't see is all the work, but no results beforehand. Because once again, everybody wants the prize, but nobody wants to pay the price. Everybody wants the trophy, but nobody wants to do the training. Everybody wants the view, but nobody wants to do the climb. That's just how it works, right? But the thing you have to understand is that's not how it works in reality. And it's a lot of work with nothing in return. That's a lot of what it is. It's just work, nothing to show for it. Work, nothing to show for it. Work, nothing to show for it. Work. Stefan, how's your business doing? Nothing yet. No progress. Work. Family dinner. Hey, Stefan, how's that business going? Nothing yet. Work. Old friends hit you up. So how's that business going? Nothing yet. Work. Boom! And finally you get paid. And finally you catch a break. And finally you close that client. And finally the invoice comes through. And finally the money hits your bank account. And finally you make it. The problem is so many people give up from here to here in the work. Because that's entrepreneurship. Is this idea that you work with no guarantee of the outcome. And you have to be delusional enough to an extent, to a degree, to a huge degree, at which you believe in yourself enough, you have enough conviction and confidence in your faith in yourself, to just keep taking one step after another to finally get to a goal that isn't even promised. And that is entrepreneurship, but people forget this. And they're walking in the mist, and they go, man, I don't know where I'm going. I haven't got to the top yet. They walk for 5 minutes up Mount Everest, and they go, man, it's snowy, I can't see anything, I don't know where I'm going, and I can't see the view, so I'm done. Right? And they give up because it gets so difficult. And that's what makes entrepreneurship so hard. Entrepreneurship isn't hard because it's fundamentally difficult. It's not that picking up the phone is difficult. It's not that getting someone to say yes to you is difficult. It's not that making a good offer is difficult. It's not that servicing your clients is difficult. None of that stuff is difficult. As a matter of fact, that's the easiest part about being an entrepreneur. The hardest part about being an entrepreneur is waking up every single day and sitting down at your desk and doing the work even when things aren't going well, even when you haven't made any visible progress, even when you feel like giving up. That is the hardest part about entrepreneurship. That is the most absolute, excruciating, most painful thing about entrepreneurship, is that right there. It's showing up every single day despite the fact that you don't know if you're going to make it, despite the fact that there's no guarantee of the outcome. That is what makes entrepreneurship so hard, and that's what makes so many people give up. Is that they work and have nothing to show for it. At least at a 9 to 5, you got something to show for it, right? You go to work, show up, you get paid. You go to work, you show up, you get paid. You go to work, you show up, you get paid. With entrepreneurship, you can go to work for the next 10 years, and in 10 years have nothing to show for it. You could also go for the next 10 years and then have millions of dollars to show for it. But things you'll never know unless you do it. And that's what makes it so fundamentally hard to be an entrepreneur, is to show up every single day. Right? There's even this story about the ice cube, right? About ice. Let's talk about it. So, I'm going to talk in Celsius. If you're in Fahrenheit, bear with me here. 0 degrees is exactly the tipping point between, if you go to the right, the ice melts. If you go to the left, the ice freezes. Okay? So, imagine if you're in a room, you have an ice cube, and you put the ice cube in a room that is negative 10 degrees Celsius, and you turn the temperature of the room up 1 click to negative 9. What happens to the ice? Nothing. What if we go another one to negative 8? What happens now? Nothing. Does the ice cube melt? No. Just stays frozen. What about -7? Or -6? Or -5? Or -4? Or -3? Anything? No. So we keep turning the dial, right? We keep turning every single day. We turn the dial, we turn the dial, we turn the dial, we turn the dial, right? Then we go to -3 and -2. And we keep turning the dial. Every single day we show up, we turn the dial one click, okay? And then we go to -1. And then we go to 0. And the next day we show up, we go to +1. What starts to happen? The ice cube starts to melt. But here's the thing. From -10 all the way to 0, you show up every single day, you turn the dial, you do a click, and nothing happens. And all of a sudden, miraculously, one day, you turn the dial and the ice cube starts melting. What was the difference? Nothing. Nothing was the difference. It's just that you had to get through those first 10 to finally get to the point where the ice cube will start melting. The problem is most people don't have enough faith in themselves to go from -10 to +1 or to 0. Because they feel like they've done so many repetitions of the same thing and have nothing to show for it. And that is entrepreneurship. Is you show up every single day, you do the same boring thing every single day, and for typically a very long period of time, you have nothing to show for it. And then finally, one day you turn the dial and something clicks. Finally, one day you show up, you do what you've been doing every other day for the past X amount of days, weeks, months, even years. And then it clicks. And then things start to go well. The problem is just having that commitment, that consistency, that confidence, that conviction for such a long period of time where nothing is happening, where you have nothing to show for it. That is the difficulty. That is where the pain, where the struggle of entrepreneurship comes in, is right then and there. And if more people understood this and just reminded themselves, not understood, but reminded themselves of this more often, we'd have a lot more successful entrepreneurs. You would become a more successful entrepreneur if you could remind yourself of this. Because this is why entrepreneurship is so hard. Is you work, have nothing to show for it. And you feel ashamed. You don't want to tell people about it. People ask you. You're scared to say. Yeah. Just remember that one day you're going to turn that dial and the ice cube is going to start melting.